Speech off.
Hi everybody, it's Brittany. Welcome. So this video is going to be on how to escort a visually impaired person to the restroom. So I've thought of 3 different restroom settings. You know, one being like if they're at your house, so it's your personal bathroom, or at a restaurant that has multiple stalls or several stalls, or at a restaurant or like a grocery store or, you know, a public place that only has, you know, one bathroom inside. So they will be alone, a private bathroom rather. So first things first, a lot of people assume visually impaired people need assistance using the restroom or wiping, which is not true at all. We do not need help inside the bathroom at all. So let's go easy first. Let's say we're at your house, or I'm at your house, because I can't see at all. So if I come to your house, especially if it's the first time, I'm not going to know where your bathroom's at. I'm going to need you to, you know, help me over there. So of course, I'm going to walk with you, sighted guide, by grabbing your elbow, you know, grabbing your arm right above your elbow, and you can walk me to your bathroom. Now, when you're in the bathroom, you can just like tell me, oh, the toilet paper is to the right of the toilet or to the left of the toilet. You can even tap on the toilet paper so I can hear like where it's at. You can stand in front of the toilet and say, oh, I'm standing right at the toilet. And if your sink is not obviously where it's at, you can turn the sink on and say, oh, here's the sink. And you can tell me where the soap is, whether it's, oh, the soap is to the left, or oh, the soap is to the right. And as well with your paper towels or towels, you could just basically describe where it's at. You don't have to like have me touch everything, you know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much it. If your bathroom's not that big, you really don't have to do anything. You just take them to the door and I'll be fine. So, but you know, if it's a visually impaired person that you're not sure how independent they are per se, then you could do what I first said by describing where things are, but they don't need extra help like you physically grabbing their hand and touching everything. It's not necessary. So second setting, let's say you're going to the restroom in public that's only one toilet in there, one sink. You pretty much treat it just like the your personal bathroom at your house. But you know, usually in public, the paper towels isn't something you can knock on, so I would knock on it. It's always good to use sounds to let a visually impaired person know where things are. So you can knock on the paper towel dispenser and be like, oh, this is the paper towel dispenser. Turn on the sink for a second and be like, oh, this is the sink. And again, stand in front of the toilet and say, oh, I'm right in front of the toilet. And then, you know, get out. I noticed that some people that can see, they stay in to see if I know where everything's at, and I don't like that, and I don't prefer that, and I don't want that. I don't want you to see if I know where everything's at. I'll figure it out once you shut the door. Like, just get out. You know what I'm saying? We want our privacy. So yeah. Lastly, the last setting. When you're in a restaurant, especially for like restaurant workers that are helping a visually impaired person to the restroom. Like, I go to restaurants all the time by myself because I go on dates by myself. It's like the best shit ever. But yeah, I go on dates by myself. So when I need to go to the restroom, of course, I ask my waiter or waitress. So all I need you to do, of course, I'm going to walk with you sighted guide, grabbing your arm above your elbow. And we're going to walk to the restroom. Usually they'll give me a female to go. So, I mean, that's ideal, especially for a restroom that has multiple stalls, because if the person can't go in the restroom with me and it has multiple stalls, I mean, I'll find the stalls, but it's a mess, and it's nobody wants to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? So I wish you could just go in there with me. So yeah, first things first, ask a visually impaired person, do you want the big stall? Don't just automatically assume they want the big stall, because like me, I don't pretty much ever want the big stall because it's just extra. Like, I just want to get to the toilet and get out. That big stall is just like, you gotta find it, and that big stall is really for wheelchair users. But I mean, if you're sighted, that big stall is like heaven. If I was sighted, I would want the big stall. But as a visually impaired person, well, I'm totally blind. As a blind person, I want the small stall so I could just be right at the toilet, right at the tissue paper, get up and go. That big stall is a bit extra. So always ask first. And then once I come out of the stall, you can stand by the sink and just keep talking to me so that I know where you're at. Again, using your voice and noises is the best way so that I can get to you. If you're like my sister or family member, I mean, I'm not gonna touch your arm. I'm gonna link my arm with yours. I usually keep my hands in a fist when I come out of the restroom, and then I link my arm with yours to the sink. But you know, if it's someone that if it's like a person I don't know, like the waitress, I think it would be best if you just stand by the sinks and use your voice until I come to the sinks, and then you can just, you know, be like, oh, you're right in front of the sink. If the soap dispenser or something, you knock on it. You can either knock on the paper towel dispenser to let me know where it's at, or just grab some for me and give them to me, you know. And then, you know, of course, we can get the paper towels to the trash. Either you could just tell me where the trash is with your voice, or by kicking it, or you could just take them for me and throw it away. Whatever you're most comfortable with is fine. But that's about it. Then just take me to my desk. Take me to my desk. Take me back to my seat. I hope that those instructions help or make you feel a little more comfortable. And when I say you, I mean people that are going to help escort blind people to the restroom. Because I noticed when sighted people, which is people with vision, when sighted people help visually impaired people to the restroom, they seem a bit uncomfortable. So, and you know, when I first became visually impaired, from going from 20/20 vision to visually impaired, I say visually impaired, but I'm totally blind. But you know, whatever. Tomato. So yeah, when I went from 20/20 to completely blind, my family members, especially like my cousin, I'll never forget, but I had to go to the restroom, and my cousin took me to the restroom, and you know, he was like, okay, cousin, what do I do? And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, oh, we're in the bathroom. And then I realized, like, we were in the stall, the restroom, and I was like, oh no, cousin, I don't need help in the stall. And he was like really embarrassed. But it was a funny moment, but it was a nice learning curve, because I could, you know, hear the relief in his voice, like, oh my God, I did not want to, because, you know, especially because he was my male cousin. So no one wants to, you know, help you wipe if they don't have to. I mean, come on now, duh. So yeah, we don't need all that help. And I hope you guys feel better about escorting, feel more confident. And remember, if you have a tsunami in your life, don't let it swallow you. Just keep swimming. See you guys later.